go.
Here's the battle for fourth as Rudd looks to the inside of Brett Bodine in the Quaker State Ford. We have completed 114 laps. It's still Rusty Wallace taking command over Mark Martin, Jeff Bodine, Brett Bodine, and Ricky Rudd. ESPN Speed World proud to welcome you to Bristol International Raceway, and here's an interval leaderboard. Rusty Wallace has a 3.18 second advantage on Jeff Bodine, and he did take second from Mark Martin a lap or so ago. Mark is 3.5 seconds back. Kyle Petty continues the march forward. He's 5 seconds behind the leader, and Ricky Rudd fifth. He is 5.23 seconds behind Rusty Wallace. We're in Jeff Bodine's car, looking back on the rest of the field.
And I tell you, Mark Martin, on that last pit stop, they made a chassis adjustment, and his car, Jerry Punch, doesn't appear as it's running like it did before the caution flag and the pit stop.
Well, what they did, Benny, actually the car was very, very loose. They put a round of bite in the car, but it has not improved. And just recently, Mark has called that the car is getting looser and looser, and the crew said, well, try to hang on. I think Mark would like to pit. The crew would like to get a yellow flag. You think you can see some debris on the racetrack, but yet we have seen no yellow. And Mark Martin is definitely battling an ill-handling machine.
He's just losing spots right and left. There goes Jeff Gordon past him. He's now back to about 8th position after running second just 4 or 5 laps ago.
And we see Martin's all the way back to Harry again. That's about 7th or 8th spot. And he is just trying to get his car keep the car going straight, don't bend it up until he can make a pit stop and make some adjustments.
We're at the 1/4 mark of this event, 125 laps completed. And the 28 car of Lake Speed was able to pass Dale Earnhardt a lap ago.
Looks like Earnhardt's car is pretty good on cold tires, but after they run about 30 or 40 laps, then he becomes a car that probably an 8th or 10th place car. Jerry Punch, have you learned anything more about the 6 car?
Well, Mark Martin is radio to crew that it feels like he might have a loose wheel. He said the thing is vibrating so bad, and they're trying to hold on. He has backed down the pace considerably. You see now Lake Speed and Dale Earnhardt go by. They are going to bring Mark Martin in. They cannot take a chance on losing a race car and possibly injuring a driver. So here on lap 128 of the Budweiser 500, our pole sitter has problems and will head down pit road at 35 miles per hour. What a tough break for a man whose operation, his race team, has been bulletproof in most of the month of August. Right side and left side tires. The crew could not determine which side it was, so to be safe, they will change all 4 tires. Right side tires going on, left side lug nut, and he is down and away. And the lug nuts on the left side were taken loose.
So he loses a lap as the others remain at speed. Lost 2 laps.
Lost 2 laps.
Yeah, it's hard to make the green flag pit stop here as fast as to go around this track and not lose more than 1 lap. He did lose 2 laps. There's Lake Speed and the Robert Yates Haviland Ford. As we mentioned, he passed Dale Earnhardt a few laps ago. Now he's up working on Harry Gant. So Speed getting the feel of that Ford on the move.
This is a battle for 7th position. 7th, 8th, and 9th as they lap Dave Marcus. Here's an Autolite field summary where your favorite driver was running just 1 lap ago.
Steve Morgan Shepherd back in 10th spot.
They're doing a fine job in relief of Kenny Wallace.
There's still 19 cars in the lead lap. Of course, now they're showing Mark Martin 1 lap down. I'm pretty sure he lost 2 laps on that
he did
pit stop.
Now he's 1 down because Mark Martin just blew by him. As we see, Lake Speed has gotten by Harry again. Now Earnhardt goes by again. Harry did not contest him that much. Let him go by.
Again drops back to 9th.
And Mark Martin did pass Rusty Wallace. Of course, that now he is only 1 lap down, 1 and about 7/8.
Yeah, right. 1 and 7/8, and I think 7/8 being the optimum word there.
Well, Jerry is now down in Mark Martin's pit. How's that tire look that they took off his car, Jerry?
Absolutely frightening, Bob. Let me show you how lucky Mark Martin was. This is the right rear tire. He thought he had a vibration. Let me show you how bad a vibration he had. This tire was working its way loose. The studs moving back and forth. The wheel already beginning to crack here under the tremendous G-force. Maybe a lap and a half. This tire would have come apart. The wheel would have separated, and that car would have gone headlong into the concrete wall here at about 135 miles an hour. A very lucky crew and race driver here in the Valvoline pit.
Not lucky, pretty intelligent.
Yeah, very
come
smart.
in.
Yeah, very smart to feel that and to come in. A couple of cars that have been behind the wall for a long time. Rick Wilson in the SKP Pontiac is back out 118 laps down, and Sterling Marlin has pulled the Ray Vestas Ford back out on the racetrack as well.
There is Kyle Petty and Jeff Bodine.
That's the second place. That is the second place car. Now, Kyle Petty has worked himself up into second place.
That car is really working, and here's how he got second from Jeff.
Comes off the corner. Jeff Bodine goes up the hill a little bit, and Kyle Petty just drives right on by. You're right. Kyle Petty has the mellow yellow Pontiac working, and I don't think Felix Sabates is here tonight.
Really?
They might not let Felix come back anymore.
He is the fastest car on the racetrack.
It's been a steady move to the front from a 20th starting position to 12th, then 7th, and now at the end of 142 laps, he is running in second position.
And he's gaining on Rusty Wallace.
He sure is. And he's been good on the short tracks this year. He's 5th at Richmond, 3rd at Bristol, 2nd at North Wilkesboro, and 5th at Martinsville. Has 4 top 5 finishes in the first half of the '93 short track season.
Maybe these Pontiacs like the short tracks. Because Rusty Wallace drives a Pontiac. He's leading the race. And Kyle Petty running second. He also in a Pontiac. Look how high Rusty was there, Ned.
Yeah, his car is not handling as good right now as it was earlier. We'll keep an eye on that.
Rusty Wallace continues to lead this race. We'll see if Kyle Petty is closing in on him when we return with more live action at the Bud 500. Bristol International Raceway, where Rusty Wallace continues to lead this race, but he is in a lot of traffic. That is Dave Marcus, the blue number 71, and Kyle Petty is catching him. Now, just a couple of laps.
Catching him? He's caught him, Bob. Pay attention.
Just a couple of laps ago, he was a 1.5 seconds behind, but now, yep, right there.
I tell you what, this traffic, Mark Martin, when he was going through this traffic while we're on break, I noticed he was losing a lot of ground to Rusty Wallace, and I thought maybe he was slowing down, but then I looked and I said it must be the traffic, and we can see just how much trouble that Kyle Petty is having getting through this traffic.
John Kernan is in Kyle Petty's pit on the backstretch, John. Good run for Kyle.
You know, Bob, a lot of the drivers in that final afternoon practice session all complained that their cars were too loose, so you saw a lot of teams in the final couple hours before the race started making changes to the chassis, tightening the car up. Well, Robin Pemberton thought that the track, when it cooled off and the sun went down, the track would just naturally tighten up. So they did not change anything on Kyle's car, and apparently they made the right decision.
Yeah, I think you could say that, although, again, the interval begins to lengthen out just a little bit because of the movement through traffic, but Kyle is doing fine in the mellow yellow Pontiac.
There he is. There's Rusty Wallace, the leader of the race. The Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac, and there is now we've got traffic again. That's Bill Elliott and Bobby Hillen directly in front of Rusty.
Well, you can see there are cars all around the track and some good battles going on.
Look at the 28 car. Went low to pass Michael Waltrip and now goes high to take off Sterling Marlin.
You see the front end sheet metal off of the car number 8 of Sterling Marlin.
And Kyle Petty has taken the lead.
Petty passes Rusty Wallace in turn 4 and becomes our 3rd leader of the evening.
Now he's got to get by Bill Elliott, and that may be what cost Rusty Wallace to lead. No, Elliott moves up and lets the guys go. Now Rusty goes alongside. So Kyle Petty, starting 21st, now has the